Hey there, how's it going? So it's today's Halloween, and I have these little votive candles that I like to use when I take a bath or put in pumpkins or Halloween or when I meditate or any little votive candle experience you can think of. But the problem is they have this little metal insert, so there's only about an ounce of wax in this thing, and don't quote me on that because I don't know how much wax is in here. But when it burns down to the metal insert, it stops, which is about half of the wax way down. So I'm going to show you what I do to conserve that wax. And we'll see how well I do this with my new camera method. I'm just getting ready to pull that thing out. Alright, so what I'm doing here is I'm just going to grab it with some snippers, and sometimes you can just break it out if you don't mind damaging the thing. So I pulled the wax out. I mean, look at that. That's half of that votive candle. They're not that big in the first place. Now this little insert, it just pops right out, and as you can see, it's got it's darn near 1/4 of an inch that it's lifted up, and it's going to block all that wax from getting to the wick. Now they do that. They put that in there. I'll tell you why they do that. They put that in there so that your wick in a regular candle won't just float off and go elsewhere. So what I do is I take any type of thick twine. Can be this is what I've found can be a good wick. So I have this twine here that I just found dumpstered, and I take 2 lengths and I make a thing that looks like this little triangle thing. And what I do is I take one of the lengths and I tie it into a knot. Okay? Tie it into a knot like that. And before I tighten the knot, I put another little length through that. Let's see what we got. So I put another little length through that knot before I tighten it. Okay? Then I just tighten it up. Now I have what looks like a little tree, a 4-way tree knot thing. And then I just fold those in whatever way works best so that I can get a base, some type of a base with a piece sticking up. You might be able to find a better way to do this. I tried doing a little coil with a piece that sticks up, but once the wick got hot, it wanted to straighten out. So then what I do, okay, and this is real simple with this piece if it comes out like that. Normally I just break up the wax and put it in there, but now I'll just take this little piece of wax thing and I'll slide it right through there. See? That little thing that I made, I'm going to push it right through that hole and then just put it back in this little aluminum case. It's a little Halliburton case. Now, before I get funky and start lighting the candle, I'm going to get a little bit of wax on that wick. Pardon me there. I'm still a teenager in some ways. And getting a little bit of wax on that wick is going to help it to not turn into charcoal before it gets... So what I do is I have a regular candle that I just slide up, and I'm just going to drip it right so I get a nice drop right down on that wick. Now when I light that wick, there'll at least be enough wax right on it. Boy, I am terrible with wax. I get it everywhere. There'll at least be enough wax right on top of the wick. You see that? So now that wick is covered in wax so that it won't burn the material. It's wicking the wax. Hence, wick. Hence your wicker. That doesn't make any sense. So now I have a candle, and what I do now is I'll take these, and when they start to get down, because they'll burn all the way down. They'll burn, and the other reason they put that metal thing probably is so that it won't burn all the way down and get real hot. You don't want this on a plastic surface because it'll burn all the way down. And that aluminum is a great little heat transfer. It'll if I left it on this matte laptop, it'd melt right through. So then, as that wax starts to get low, I'll just take more wax and I'll either break it up and put it in there around the sides, and I just keep feeding it. I've got a wick in there that'll feed it. And this really saves these little votive candles so that you can use them for a long time. And I think they're great. I think they're wonderful, like I said, for baths or pumpkin Halloweens, and especially when I meditate. I love to have a little candle at night, you know, to summon the spirits of light or something, whatever. And all right, thanks for watching. I hope this is helpful to you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.